Hey YouTube, Sharktail here, bringing you all my updated Cyberse deck profile for the November 2019 format for post-Chaos Impact. So a few weeks ago, I've already done a Cyberse deck profile that was for the Code Talker monsters, that was with the introduction for the brand new Decode Talker monster, Decode Talker Extended, that just came out in Dual Devastators. But now this time with Chaos Impact now in the TCG, we got the introduction to our brand new Link 5 Link monster, Firewall Dragon Darkfluid, and it is a pretty big, powerful boss monster that actually does require the plays of your Cyberse Ritual, Fusion, Synchros, and Xyz. So this is what the deck profile is going to be mostly focused on. So without further ado, let's get started on this deck profile. So kicking off, I am running the 3 microcoder. Even if you're actually not that much focused with the Code Talker monsters, you still actually want to have to run 3 of these cards, because microcoder is easily to use as link material, especially for a Code Talker monsters, or pretty much just for a Code Talker monster, since this card can be used as link material for a Code Talker monster from the hand. And also specifically, this card is the searcher for any of your silent spells and traps, so you can pretty much search out any silent spells and traps, like say silent mining, silent codec, silent optimizations, or even the ritual and fusion silent spells, because of course you can be playing those types of monsters in your deck as well for your Darkfluid. Then I'm running 3 of Balancer Lord, still a really great card to have a playset of. Basically, this card can let you normal summon again by paying 1,000 life points, so it just gives you like the more plays if you actually can't bring out any more Cyberse monsters. If you cannot special summon them, you can actually normal summon with this card again. Then I'm running 3 of the Widget Kids. Basically, this card, if it were to be normal or special summoned to the field, you can special summon another card. You can special summon another Cyberse from your hand at defense position. So this is actually a good card for like more plays. Really works. Wrong card. Really works well with your Balancer Lord. And then I am running the 2 Cyberse gadgets. Most people actually prefer 3, but I cannot find my other copy of Cyberse gadget. I might actually have to order one at some point. But anyways, Cyberse gadgets, if it were to be normal summoned, you can special summon a level 2 or lower Cyberse monster from your graveyard, but of course with their effects negated, which isn't really going to be a problem, to be honest. But it's actually really good for link summoning, especially if you actually set it from your field to the graveyard, because if you do, you get the trigger off its effect, and you get to special summon a level 2 Cyberse token monster, which tokens pretty much equals more link summons, basically. Then I'm running 2 Clock Wyverns. Of course, I am running the fusion monster, Cyberse Clock Dragon, in my extra deck, so this is pretty much one of your materials for the fusion monster. But even if you're actually not going for the fusion, which you actually should be, I'm going for the fusion monster, but even if not, this is actually still a good token producing card. Basically, you just have to pay half its attack points just to special summon a level 1 token onto the field. 2 Rom Claudias. I still like to run this card because pretty much if this card is normal summoned, you can pretty much target one of your Cyberse monsters that's in the graveyard to add in the hand. So pretty much just to bring like any Cyberse monster from your graveyard to the hand for more plays. And also, if this card were to be destroyed by battle or a card effect, you can special summon a level 4 or lower Cyberse monster from your deck. I mean, from your hand, that is. And then I'm running the 2 backup secretaries, of course. Everybody knows what this card does. Basically, if you control a Cyberse monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Just simple as that, pretty much. And then for the one-offs, I'm actually running one code Radiator. Does have the same ability as Microcoder that can be used as link material for a code talker monster from the hand. And not only that, it does give the advantage of having your opponent's monsters lose their attacks to 0, and also I believe this card also does negate their effects. Even if this card were to be used as material for a code talker monster from the field, you could actually target 2 of those monsters instead. One Ladybug. Of course, this card is that one due to the ban list. Hopefully, this card does actually get bumped up in future ban lists. But anyways, Ladybug. Still want to run this card because it actually searches out any of your level 3 or lower Cyberse monsters from your deck. One Sea Archiver. I actually like to run this card because this card can actually pretty much easily special summon itself to where a link monsters, or to a zone where a link monster points to, even from like your hand, or even from the hand or from your graveyard, basically. And then I'm actually running the one Cyber Synchron. Of course, this is your tuner monster for your synchro monsters that's in your extra deck. And then I'm running one Stabtabler for the recycling effect. Basically, you can special summon this monster from your hand to where a link monster points to by returning your Cyberse monster from your graveyard to the hand. One Firewall Guardian just for the easy special summon from the graveyard. One Cyberse Converter, again, easy special summon. And then one Dotscaper has the ability to like special summon itself from the graveyard or from when it's banishing. And then I'm running one Cyberse Magician and one Paladin of the Storm Dragon. The reason why I'm actually running 2 of rituals because Cyberse Magician, if you actually want to go for like more of like a bigger boss monster, if you actually want to use his effect, but I actually want to run the Paladin as well because I just want to like a little bit of a more easier to card to ritual summon if you actually don't want to go for like any higher level up ritual monsters, basically. And then for the spells, I'm running the Signet Ritual and the Signet Fusion. Of course, this is your card for your ritual summoning, and this is your card for your fusion summoning, basically. 3 Signet Minings. Of course, I still have proxies because this card is still an expensive card, but pretty much Signet Mining is a card that searches out for any level 4 or lower Cyberse monsters from your deck just by discarding a card from your hand. So really helps out with searching any of your monsters from your deck. Then I'm running 2 of Signet Codex. I'm only running 2 because I don't really feel like the necessary for 3 Codex, at least for when I tested it out. But for Signet Codex is really an insane spell for your deck because pretty much this card does actually add a tribute monster from your deck based on that attribute code talker, and it's actually a once per chain, so you get to do this as much as you want, just pretty much just limited on the type of attribute, basically. So you can actually add like 1 dark attribute, 1 water attribute, or pretty much any of the type of attribute per turn, basically. 2 Signet Optimizations. Pretty much your other spell card that's actually pretty much your additional normal summoning for your deck. And then for like the more generic spells, I'm actually running 1 Monster Reborn and the 1 1-for-1 basically you actually want to play 1-for-1 in your Cyberse deck because it actually helps out searches. Any level 1 monsters, so you can actually go for your microcoder or pretty much your Cyber Sync run if you actually want to go for that instead. And then for the 2 traps, I'm actually running the 2 Silent Conflicts, pretty much your Call by the Graves for your Code Talker monsters. That is it for my main deck. Onto the extra deck. I'm running 1 Cyberse Clock Dragon, 1 Diploid Chimera, 1 Cyberse Quantum Dragon, and 1 Cyberse Reminder. The reason why I actually have 2 of the fusions, because same deal with the rituals. I actually want like a little bit of a more easier card to go into. So if you actually can't go into your Clock Dragon, you can actually go for this card, but it shouldn't really be that much of a problem with Cyberse. But if you actually can't go for the Darkfluid, you can actually go for the Clock Dragon because it's actually another attack booster. I do not have the other Cyber Synchro monster, but at least for me, it's actually easier to go into Quantum. And then Cyberse Reminder, I feel like this is actually a better option than Exceed Dragon because this card not only is actually easy to go into, but pretty much this card actually does let you add a silent spell or trap card from your graveyard to the hand. 1 Talkback Lancer, this is pretty much the only Link 1 I'm actually running in this deck. Talkback Lancer just pretty much lets you special summon a Code Talker monster from your graveyard to where the zone points to. And then 1 Code Talker, basically your main start for your Silent Codec, since this is actually it's actually easy to go to since it's a Link 2. So this is actually something that'll be great for your microcoder, since it can be used for link material for a Code Talker monster from the hand, which actually does trigger its effect to get the Silent Codec from your deck to your hand, and then you can actually activate Codec. Then you can actually use Silent Codec, and then it does, since this is actually a Dark Attribute, you can actually draw a Dark Attribute monster from your deck to your hand. 1 Cyberse Witch, 1 Clock Spartoy, and 1 Cyrus Wicked. Pretty much your Link 2 supporters for your Ritual, Fusion, and Synchro plays. Then I'm running 1 Trigate Wizard, just for more of like the co-link plays. I actually do really like to use this card a lot, especially if this card were to be co-linked with your Firewall Dragon Darkfluid. Then I'm running 1 Encode, 1 Xcode, 1 Transcode, and 1 Shooting Code. I excluded the Decode and Power Code from the extra deck, mainly for Decode because I already have the Code Talker for the Dark Attribute, so I just don't really need Decode. And as for Power Code, I just never really played that card that much. And also there's actually no Fire Attribute monsters in the main deck, so I don't really need Power Code as well. But I'm actually still sticking with the end code pretty much. Pretty much this is actually the only Light Attribute Code Talker that we have currently, so until we actually get the other Link 2 Code Talker monsters, this is actually what we're gonna have to deal with until the meantime. And then lastly, I'm running the 1 Firewall Dragon Darkfluid, your new boss monster for your Cyberse deck and also your main focus of this deck. Basically what Firewall Dragon Darkfluid does is that it does gain counters for each Cyberse rituals, fusion, synchros, and XCs in your graveyard, and it also does gain 25 attack for each counters it has, so it can actually go up to like 13,000 attacks, so that's actually a huge amount of attacks that you're actually going to be getting from this card. So this is pretty much your OTK card right here. And not only that, If your opponents were to activate a monster effect, then you get to take a counter off of this card and negate it. And if it's actually like in between your battle phase, then this card actually does get to make a second attack, which is actually really insane. And with Cyberse, you are able to get this card out very easily. So there is your Darkfluid right here. And that is it for my Cyberse deck profile. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.